Assalamualaikum, my dear students. I hope all of you are fine and doing well. So, in our today's lesson, we will discuss about the states of matter. Mainly, you guys must know that what does mean by the matter. Anything around us that is having some mass and occupies some volume or occupies some space. That substance is mainly called as the matter. And the matter can exist in four states. The number one state of matter we have it is the solid state of matter. The second type we have the liquid state of matter. Third one type we have gas or the gaseous state of matter, and the fourth one we have plasma. So we will discuss these four states one by one. Before the start of the explanation of these states, you guys must know here we have the picture of the solid state. In the solid state, you can see that all the particles are arranged in a regular manner and they have some specific arrangement of their particles. On the other hand, when we have a look on the liquids here, there's some distance between the particles and they have not a regular arrangement of the particles. On the other hand, when we have a look on the gas phase, the particles have large distance between themselves. They have large distance between themselves and they are far apart from each other and these particles can move easily. So this is the gas phase. And among all these states, when we have a look on the plasma phase, so mainly the plasma phase is any element like we have the fire. It is mainly called as the plasma phase. The simplest form of the matter is the gas phase. It is the simplest form. On the other hand, the more or the most state of matter it is present in the solid state. So it is the most matter which is present in the solid state. When we have a look on the liquids, so the liquids are less common. Why they are less common? The reason behind that the liquids have their relatively existence on a narrow range of temperature and pressure. So that's why the liquids are less common in nature. Next, let's have a look on the properties of the gases or the gaseous state of matter. First one, the main property of the gases is their shape is not fixed. The shape of the particles is not fixed and they are moving freely so they can collide with one another as well as with the walls of the container. So this is the one. Second, they have indefinite volume or the volume is not fixed. Their volume is not fixed, so they occupy all the space that is given to them. So this is the second property. Next, they are not rigid or their rigidity is negligible. Negligible is mean zero rigidity. So they have no definite shape as well as no definite volume. So they just take the shape of the container or they fill up the simple space. Next we have particles are independent. Independent means they are moving freely. They do not form force of attraction with the other particles, so they are moving freely. Next, they are highly compressible. Now, the reason why they are highly compressible when the pressure is increased. When there is a low pressure, the particles have more space to expand, so that's why their volume is high. On the other hand, when we just increase the pressure or pressure is high, these molecules come close to each other. In turn, these molecules are compressed. Now, what is the reason of their compression? Because they have large empty spaces between them. Particles have large empty spaces between them, and when just apply the pressure, they can be easily compressed. So at high pressure, the molecules come close to each other and their energy will be reduced. After that, when we have look on the gas phase, the density of the gases is less. Density is less. On the other hand, when we have a look on the density, it is the mass to volume ratio. So their distribution from mass to volume is low. For this reason, their density is less as compared to the liquids as well as solids. Next property of the gases, they can diffuse and effuse. Now, what does mean by the diffusion or the effusion? The simple diffusion is the movement of particles from a region of high concentration to the region of low concentration. This is known as simple diffusion. On the other hand, when we have a look on the effusion, it is the escape of molecules from the small hole. Escape of particles from the hole. So this is known as a simple effusion process. On the other hand, the gases can also expansion, or they can also expand. How they can be expand? By increasing temperature. When we increase the temperature, for example, here we have the gas molecules like this, and where the temperature is low. When we are going to increase the temperature, now these molecules started to expand in a better way. In turn, their volume will be increased. So that's why the gases have expansions on increase of temperature. When there is a sudden expansion of the gases occurs, then there is a process of cooling takes place, and that cooling is known as Joule-Thomson effect. So this is known as the Joule-Thomson effect, the sudden expansion and then the cooling of the gases. On a whole, the molecules of the gases are in the constant state of motion, and their motion possesses it is known as the random motion. As they have random motion of the particles, so that's why they collide with one another and also with the walls of the container. So this is the property of the gases. At the end, when we talk about the intermolecular forces, so intermolecular forces between the gas molecules are really weak. So intermolecular forces are weak. And what is the reason behind this? Because there are large empty spaces between them and they do not attract and do not repel. So this property is not present in the gas molecules. So this is all about the properties of the gases. I hope you guys understand, and if you have any queries, you may ask me about that in the comment section and I will get back to you guys soon. The next topic that we will discuss, it is the properties of liquids and the solids, which are the second and third state of matter. So you guys keep learning and have a good day.